Being a land steward is knowing what is present and what is not present on the landscape. Diversity is important to support a lot of different bugs. And we need a lot of different kinds of grasses, a lot of different kind of forbs, a lot of different kind of plants. But if you gotta look, like your mom would say, look high and low. These are the taller grasses. I think this is what I think people commonly sell as orchard grass. I don't know the name of it. That's a taller kind of grass. I have identified at least, there were like at least 12, I think about almost 14 now, different kinds of species of grass I've picked up out of here. And then random ones just come up. This is one of the shorter grasses, as you can see right there. It survives better when this stuff has been grazed low. And I have never seen this one come up. Let's see, where is that? This one here, actually, yeah. See, I've never seen that one before, out here before. See, it's got a flat seed head. That's pretty unique. So I don't know what that kind that is. Let's see what other kinds we can find out here. You can see a ladybug. I see lots of different kinds of bugs out here when the grass is doing well. All kinds of ladybugs. Have over here some of the grains. I think this is wheatgrass here. Come here, you. My hand just won't grab it. That's wheatgrass, I think. And I think on the other side of that fence is ryegrass. And you have two different varieties here. You got the type that grow really tall, and then you have the type that are really short. And then you have the native foxtails, which grow alongside the fence over there. This is where I left it long before. It's gotten really thick and dense right through there, which I am really glad to see, actually. I love it. But you see where it was grazed down short, or that is, I cut my hay from here. That it gave a chance for the shorter grasses, which is our different color green down here. These shorter, thinner grasses were able to get some sunshine, and they took to that really well. So it's got a beautiful patchy diversity out here, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want it to be, to mimic more closely a natural ecosystem. Puzzle and Ori, they don't graze the land like buffalo do. They tend to graze wherever they feel safest, and they will seek out their favorite plants and then just demolish that, just eat it all up. But they don't wallow. The wallowing opens up these prairie landscapes and lets really small, short things start growing. And we're talking about prairie landscapes. We're talking about a whole lot more than just grass. We're talking about super diverse prairie with hundreds of different species. So my pasture is not a prairie. And most of these out here are European grasses, because that was what I was given by my farmer friend, and that also kind of works better with their genetics. So, since they're a domestic sheep breed that actually originates in Europe, so that works better for them. But it was this is kind of like a testing pasture anyway. It was an opportunity to learn principles that I could apply to prairie restoration. Work hands-on, because that's how I learn. Here, this is some of that short foxtail grass that's native here. I call it the wild grass. That's that there. last year I spotted some timothy growing out here, which is, I actually didn't plant any timothy, but these girls get timothy in their bales, and then the seed heads travel in their wool, and it comes, so it drops down in here sometimes. So it's supposed to be hard to grow in this particular environment, so it was really exciting to see at least one pop up. But here's more of that stuff. I have no idea what this stuff is, what kind of grass this is, but I haven't seen it till now. This is the first year I've seen it. So that's a different kind of grass right there. And I haven't planted anything since 2021, so about 4 years now. The pasture is about 4 years old. So that is neat. This is a shorter version of the other stuff I was showing you. It never gets any taller than this. So there are small versions of it, there are taller versions of it. And you have this kind of grass, which I think is another one of the wild ones, or native here. That's either native or a weed that was brought here and just really took off, because this plants itself pretty much. So these are different kinds of diversity. You got these over here. I call this fairy grass because it looks like fairy dust. And it's bobbing on the vine. And it turns purple. Like, we're here in June and it's purple already. So I love that. And we have different kinds of grasses. I mean, you got to see the forbs in there too. The spittlebugs really love the forbs. And so they have been, let's see, this is nope, this is, I think black medic. It might be a little bit tall for black medic, but I think about black medic. I also planted sweet clover out here, yellow sweet clover, and white sweet clover. But the spittlebugs just adore it. So, lots of different diversity, and I like that. But it's still, even with as many different species out here that there is, they are not nearly as many as a good diverse prairie ought to be, and as the American prairies used to be. So, still, I enjoy being able to note these things so that I can apply them later when I have the opportunity. For now, European grasses and domestic, beautiful South Down baby doll sheep. Oh, here's another kind. Right here, this is one of the shorter kinds, the shorter grasses. Right there as well. If you can identify any of these species of grass by just taking the glance that I showed you, please comment. I would love to hear your thoughts and your take. There's lots of different kinds of ways to identify grass. The seed head is one of the most telling ways. But I think they also have a membrane. I think when you pull the leaf away from the stem, there is a tiny little membrane that can help you identify it as well. I was learning that from ecologists in Illinois. But yeah, I can't do it with one hand. But if you pull the leaf away from the stem, there's a teeny tiny little membrane in there that can help you identify your plant. So height, seed head, that little nodule in there, and they can all help you identify it. And there are hundreds of different species, and you really, as a land steward, ought to know all of them, or all the ones that are on your land anyway, and the ones that are native to your land, so that you can help bring it back. Yeah.